Hello everybody, this is the next tutorial in the Minecraft series, and today we're going to talk about how to use FTP. So the first step is we need an FTP client. So the one that I recommend, for Windows at least, and it does have a Mac version and a Linux version, so I recommend this for everything, I guess. But for Windows, you can go ahead and download FileZilla and install it. And once you have that done, you'll have something that looks a little bit like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and close my current tab here. Alright, you know what? I'll just show you exactly what you'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and just open a fresh one here. Okay, so this is going to be exactly what you see when you open FileZilla. And the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your control panel, go to go to File Manager. Okay, and then you'll see all the information that you need in this first box to connect to your FTP. Now, if you want to change this password to something less ridiculous, you can do so by going to Server Access and then changing the password right here. Okay? But I don't care about the password. I think it's okay the way it is. So I'm going to go to File Manager and I'm going to add a new server to FileZilla. So I'm going to copy this host name. Make sure I don't copy any spaces or anything, any nonsense like that. I'm going to click on Open Site Manager. Okay, I already have it added, but that's okay. I'm going to make a new one. So I'm going to press New Site. I'm going to type in Tragic Servers. Okay, you can name that whatever you want. And I'm going to paste the host name in there. I'm going to go back. Now, ports for FTP servers are almost always 21, but just check. Alright, 21 for the port. And then we're going to want to have a username and password. So we're going to change the logon type from anonymous to normal. And then type the user and password. The user is provided by right here, username. Alright, there we go. And then the password. Okay, copy that and paste it, and we'll press OK. Now if you press the button, it'll pull up this manager again. If you press the arrow, it'll pull up all the saved servers that you have total. So we'll go ahead and click on Tragic Servers. Guess one we just made. Some magic will happen, and then boom, you'll see all the files that are on your Minecraft server on the right hand side, and all the files on your computer on your left hand side. And right now we're looking at my desktop, which is set up to for this tutorial. So there's a few things I want to talk about, and I'll demonstrate a couple of them by going ahead and adding yourself as an operator for your Minecraft server. Being an operator will allow you to enter admin commands, so you can give people material, teleport people, change the weather, you know, that kind of stuff. So if you want to do that, you go to this text file, right click on it. Now if you were to just double click on it, it would download to whatever directory is in this left hand side. So if I were to double click it, it would go to my desktop, which I don't want, so I'll just delete it from there. But if you were to right click on it, view and edit, it'll come up right here. So on each line is a different person. So you will add the names of people that you want to be admins on your server on each line. I don't actually want Mile, so I'll do that. And make sure there's no spaces, you know, and just save it, close it, and then it'll say, hey, you made a change to this. Do you want to make sure that change is reflected on the server? And then you just say yes. Okay? And that's basically it. Now, the next time you open this, it's going to be like, alright, well, you have a cached version of this on your computer. Do you want to reopen that file, or do you want to discard that file and open a fresh file from the server? And you always want to do this second choice, because that way you'll know that the thing you're looking at right now is exactly as the server sees it. So if that dialog box ever comes up when you press view, you always want to do the second option, so you get a clean, fresh version of the file. Okay, so that's how you add someone as an operator, and how you why can't I figure out the word I want to use? How you view a file and download a file. Sorry about that. Now the next thing I want to show you is refresh. The refresh is right up here. Okay, so anytime you add a file to over here, or you rename something, you're going to want to refresh it so you see exactly what changed, and then you just press refresh over there, and then it will you know, refresh the page just like it refreshes a web page, and you'll see the most recent information. The next thing I want to talk to you, and I promised you guys that I'd go over it in last video, so I'll go over here and I'll go to whitelist right here, this text file. We're going to view and edit. And if you check that box in our first video that made it so that your name has to be on this list to connect to the server, then you would do the same thing as the op text file, and you would just add people by their name, and one name per line. Okay? But I'm not actually using whitelist because I don't actually care, so I'm not going to save those changes. But if you were using a whitelist, that would be how you would add people to it. You would save that file, and you'd be good to go. And that's it. That's how you use FTP. Now, this is just how you use the FTP program and some basic knowledge about it. But coming up in the later videos, we're going to use it extensively because we're going to want to upload versions of Bucket to our server and change and configure your plugins. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something. Stay tuned for the next video.